Come along with us on our road trip from Belgium back to the Algarve in Portugal as we drive through beautiful landscapes, visit towns decorated for the holidays, and see some interesting and even bizarre ancient sites. Good morning!
Bonjour from France.
Well, we've been on the road for about 3 hours now.
Yep, on our mission to cross France today. We've made it past the spaghetti bowl in Paris.
So we're on our way to Portugal, but our first stop today is going to be in San Sebastian, Spain. So we're ready to keep on keeping on. Good morning!
Good morning, buenos dias. We're in Spain, and actually we're in the Basque country where they say Egunon. We just learned.
And the reason we're throwing in a little bit of Basque is because last night we made it to San Sebastian, Spain to stay the night. We had our day one road trip on our way back to the Algarve in Portugal. So not a lot happened yesterday, as you saw in the video, but today should be much better. We're going to be driving through the Basque country.
Right, Basque country, Castilla y León, then I don't know, Salamanca, I don't know which area that's in, but yeah, we'll get into kind of northeastern Portugal by the end of the day.
Yeah, so we're excited for some beautiful mountain drives and some beautiful scenery. So hopefully we have a bit more to share with you today than we did yesterday. Anyways, welcome to day 2. Wow, we've been seeing some really diverse landscape, haven't we?
Yeah, whenever we drive, we're like, oh, what does this remind us of? And so I think earlier we were in Austria, and we were also in Idaho.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been very hilly, mountainous,
rainy.
Yeah, full of pines, and then there were trees with no leaves.
It's a little chilly here today, but our road trip brought us, as you know, we were headed for Portugal, and we made it to Guarda, correct?
Yes,
Guarda.
Guarda. Yeah.
And it's an absolutely beautiful little town up in northern Portugal. I don't think it gets much, advertisement or, nobody really, I don't think, comes here for a tourist destination, but I'll tell you what, it's on our map now. I love it.
It's one of the oldest towns in the country, and also it's highest elevation in all of Portugal.
Hence you can tell that we're kind of in a fog, a mist, if you will. We had a blast last night walking around and checking it out. Today we are off to Coimbra, a little bit more south and inland from here more.
Well, it's on the way to Lisbon, basically.
Oh, okay. So on the way to Lisbon, which we're not headed for on this trip. I'm excited because in that area, or right before we get there, are 11 Portuguese windmills. So thanks for joining us on our day 2 road trip, and let's head for day 3.
Well, as you can see, we just made it to the Moinhos de Gavinho, which are windmills, flour mills, that were built on this mountain called Gavinho. 14 of these windmills currently in existence, some of them pretty far, degraded, but still it's cool how they kept it. The views here are absolutely stunning, so I'm sure we'll be able to share some of that with you in the video as well. But pretty cool how how they've preserved this. These mills were obviously built in a windy spot so that, you know, they could be functional as many days into the year as possible. One interesting thing I learned was that the way they funded the renovations that were started in 1968 was by doing an egg fundraiser. Everybody donated eggs, which they then sold, and the money from that was used as seed funding for the renovations that happened here. So very cool, very beautiful, very scenic, very peaceful.
This one here, you can see, has been meticulously restored with the beautiful stonework all laid back in place, and the new wood on the windmill itself. It's just gorgeous. I just love them. But I do love the ones that are also in still disrepair. Over here you can see they'll probably be working on this one in the future, but I mean, that one has all the character really, and makes you just put you back in time. It's just so cool.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right.
Well, welcome to day 4. We're on the road again.
We just left Coimbra. I said it right, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Finally getting this. And we arrived yesterday and on down from
Guarda.
Guarda?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. How can I forget? That place was so cute. But what was even cooler was on our way to Coimbra, we went to Penacova and saw the Portuguese windmills. They had about 15 of them? 11, 12, 14?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, 14. Oh, it was so exciting. I wanted to see those so bad for so long. And we actually had the whole place to ourselves. So that was exciting. And then we got to Coimbra, and it was all decorated for Christmas.
Also, we walked in the downtown, followed some of the shops, ended up on the shopping street. There were some restaurants, beautiful Christmas decorations, as Debbie was saying. Definitely a great taste of the city of Coimbra that will make sure that we'll be back here because we want to explore more. They had these little narrow streets that sort of reminded Debbie of Venice. So lots to see. Today we're headed for Evora, with a stop in Tomar, and then there's an aqueduct we're going to go to as well. So a lot of exciting stuff again.
Yep.
What do you think of this stop so far?
I'm digging this spot. I love this kind of stuff. The old history, it just makes my mind just swim with, you know, what was going on here back in these days and these times. It's just amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh, headed up to the castle walls. We can walk along the wall.
Today's first stop is Tomar, where we visit the 12th century Convent of Christ. As we walk up the cobblestone path, we're struck by the impressive walls surrounding this ancient structure. Originally built by the Knights Templar and later turned into a religious convent that is now considered UNESCO World Heritage. In the early days following the establishment of Portugal, these walls protected Tomar's citizens from neighboring Spanish intruders trying to recapture the country. We really enjoyed walking atop the fortification, which offered great views of the site and its surroundings.
You would kind of think that because it's foggy today that it's not great, but these views are amazing.
Amazing. It's just so beautiful up here. I can't believe it. We've been to a lot of castles, different types, different countries, but I don't know.
This is more on the rustic side, I guess. You can tell sort of that it's older, or maybe they've left it in more of its original shape. They locked us out.
Let me in, I want to see it. Okay, I'll just take a picture from here. So we've stopped at another really cool place here in Tomar, and it's the aqueduct that goes into the city in ancient times and brought the water into it. So you can actually walk along this whole thing all the way over to there. So what do you think about this, honey?
It's pretty scary. I mean, you've got this little railing you can hold on to, but other than that, the other side is death, or as close to death as I'd want to be. So yeah, we're not even in the tallest part, but it's cool.
Good morning.
Welcome to the final day of our road trip. We currently it's Christmas Eve, and we are making our way today to Ferragudo.
Yep, it's our last day of our road trip from Belgium. We've seen a lot of great places and experienced a lot of great things, great food,
Yeah.
great decorations for Christmas in these cute little towns. And you might be saying, I thought you said you were in Portugal. Why is this Roman ruins behind us?
Yeah, this town of Evora still has quite a few remnants from its history.
Yeah.
It's a walled city as well, so we thought it would be a great spot to stop, and it kind of worked out planning wise as well. So
yeah, we got here last night, as we said, and we stayed in this adorable boutique hotel guest house, and we had a fabulous traditional Portuguese area from this area, and we just walked around, looked at the Christmas lights, but we wanted to show you a bit of it today since we're not too far from our final destination, and show you this beautiful little town of cobblestone streets within these city walls, castle walls, so this was an old medieval village.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun, and it's a little breezy, but it's nice.
Yeah,
so
it's still t-shirt weather for me. So
so anyways, this is we're gonna give you a little tour and hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you when we get to Ferragudo.
Alrighty.
We bones that are here await yours. We found out about the Capela dos Ossos that is attached to the Church of St. Francis and decided to check it out. Land in Evora had gotten scarce, so the town decided that many of the existing cemeteries would be removed. Rather than reburying the bodies that were exhumed, the clergy chose to put the bones of roughly 5,000 corpses on display in an effort to remind people of their fragile earthly existence as societal values were starting to degrade.
After driving 1,600 miles, we arrived safely in Ferragudo on day 5. Good morning. We're here back on the Algarve after our road trip from Belgium back down to Ferragudo.
Yep. It's a great change to be in this weather.
Yeah.
As you might be able to tell, we're a little sweaty. We just did a little exercise, a little run on the beach.
Little Christmas exercise.
Yeah.
We just wanted to thank you all for joining us, and we wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thanks, everyone.